Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you guys saw by the title, I'm going to be giving you guys some Netflix show recommendations to binge watch. The shows I'm going to be recommending in this video are some of my favorite Netflix shows. I actually made one of these videos like a long time ago, I think like 2 years ago. It will be up here if you guys can go check it out. It's really cringy. It's just really old, and I have a lot of new Netflix show recommendations that I have for you guys. I've been watching Netflix in quarantine a lot. Came across so many new and good shows. All of these shows are underrated. They're not going to be popular shows that like everybody knows and everybody watches. At least one of these shows you probably have never heard of. I'm going to be reading off a list that I have on my phone over here. I'm going to be explaining what the show is about and everything. I am going to be saying these shows in order from my favorite to my least favorite. It's not going to be really least favorite because all these shows I really love. I'm going to be doing an order from like my absolute favorite to like my I still like, but like it's not as good as my number one, if that makes any sense. So without further ado, let's get started into the shows. My number one show, like this is my favorite show on Netflix. It is called The Umbrella Academy. Basically it revolves around a dysfunctional family of adopted sibling superheroes who reunite to solve the mystery of their father's death and the threat of an impending apocalypse. It is such a good show. It has 2 seasons. They're coming out with a 3rd season and I'm so excited for it. Like literally right when it comes out, I'm going to watch it. Go watch it if you've never heard of it before. It's good. It's just good, guys. It's good. It's just really good. So the next show that I'm going to recommend to you guys is called The 100. And it is set 97 years after a nuclear war has destroyed civilization, when a spaceship housing humanity's lone survivors sends 100 juvenile delinquents back to Earth in hopes of possibly repopulating the planet. The series is set 97 years after a devastating nuclear war wiped out almost all life on Earth. So I really like this show, but just a warning before you watch the show, this show has a lot of seasons. I actually started this show like 2 years ago and I still haven't finished it. I'm actually on the last season. I have like 3 more episodes left, but I just never got to it, but it's so good, literally. I think it has like 7 seasons. It's a lot. If you don't have time to watch like a really long show, don't start it, because then you're gonna be wanting to watch more. You're not gonna want to stop. It's just crazy. It's good, but it has a lot of seasons. So the next show on my list is called Raising Dion. Raising Dion follows the story of a woman named Nicole who raises her son Dion after the death of her husband Mark. The normal dramas of raising a son as a single mom are amplified when Dion starts to manifest several magical superhero-like abilities. So I actually watched this show with my family. It has 1 season. There's such a huge plot twist. Me and my family, when we watched this, we literally went crazy when the plot twist happened. I don't know if they're coming out with a 2nd season. I really hope they do. I suggest you do watch this with your family because the plot twist is just crazy. I don't want to put any spoilers out if you haven't watched it. But seriously, go watch the show. It is so good. It's good. I'm only mentioning shows because I watch more shows on Netflix than movies, and I have more shows to recommend on Netflix. Like I've just been binge watching shows. If you want me to make a movie version of this, like a Netflix movies I recommend, go comment down below and I can totally make that. So the next show that I had to recommend is The Unlisted. The Unlisted is an Australian sci-fi drama TV series aimed at children and young teenagers. The series follows the story of 12-year-old identical twins, 𝓈ℊ𝒷𝓈𝒸𝒃 and 𝓂ℯ𝒹𝒾𝒶, who work with a group of underground vigilant kids to stop powerful governments from imposing global control over the world's youth. This show is really strong. It has a really strong storyline. It's really interesting. Like the storyline's really interesting. It's a really unique show. Honestly, I started watching this show with low hopes. Like I saw it, it looked like it was like to me. But then when I finished the show, it was so good. This show has 1 season and I don't think they're coming out with a 2nd season, sadly. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Next show that I recommend is Greenhouse Academy. In a private boarding school for gifted future leaders, mysterious events draw kids from both competing houses into a secret investigation. They uncover a deadly plot to destroy the planet. Only by joining forces will they be able to save the world. So this is a really good show. Too, this is also an academy, like the Umbrella Academy. It's also like I think it has 1 season. I'm actually not sure. Wait, let me check right now. 1 sec. Okay, I was really off. It has 4 seasons. I didn't even know that. I finished the show really quickly, maybe because the episodes are short, but I finished the show really quickly. It has 4 seasons. I'm kind of starting to see a kind of like match with these shows that I'm recommending. They're kind of more like sci-fi mysterious shows, like action, sci-fi, mysterious. Now I'm going to be moving on to a category like the more popular shows, but the shows that I still like. Probably most people watching this will probably know these shows, and I'm about to say probably somebody that hasn't watched these shows. So I'm just going to be saying them quickly. I'm not going to be explaining what they're about because mostly people know these shows. The first show, the popular shows and movies that I still recommend are Stranger Things. You guys have probably heard of this. This is a lot of people's favorite shows. It's a very popular show, has many seasons. It's kind of like on the scary side. Then The Vampire Diaries. This is more of an old show, but it's really good, and I recommend it if you have not watched it. It's a lot of seasons as well. Then Riverdale. This is a very popular show as well. Then On My Block. It's not as popular as Stranger Things, but it's still not underrated. Last is To All the Boys sequel. There's 3 movies to this. I know I said I'm only gonna recommend shows, but this is 1 movie that I put in here because like you feel like you're watching a show. They just came out with a recent one. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. I don't know if they're gonna come out with more. Probably not. I don't know. That is all the shows and movies that I recommend you guys watch on Netflix. If you guys want, I have a lot of other shows and movies that are not on Netflix that I love. If you guys want me to do like a show and movie video that are the stuff that are not on Netflix, it's just Netflix is the most popular. Like, there's also other apps like Hulu, Amazon Prime, HBO Max. There's a lot of good shows and movies on those kind of apps. Then comment down below that the specific streaming app you guys want me to do it from. I hope you guys got at least 1 new show idea to watch this quarantine. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video.